Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today it's time for Famous Places Fridays and we're going to play the UNESCO World Heritage Sites map again on this day. Without further ado, hit play, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see how we do and see if there's any fantastic sites that get loaded in front of us. And look at this, I'd say to begin with we've got a good one. I am very unlikely to find out where we are. So we're going to have to go with our deductions and treat this a bit like a photosphere, I think. Very hard to tell where the sun is. Really, that's not going to give us much of a clue. We've got some fantastic scenery around us, though. Look at this. These huge hills in the distance. These kind of trees with this worn bark on them. It looks like maybe, fire damage perhaps that could be from. And the vehicle we're in is a pretty serious 4x4 with a snorkel on it, some sort of guard there or something. Let's see if we go a little bit down this track, if we come across anything special or exciting. It's certainly worth exploring because this looks just like a wild landscape. Oh my goodness. And boy, am I glad we did, because look at where we are now. Isn't that just amazing? I mean, absolutely incredible. I want to go further. I wonder if we can really get to the edge here. I'm sure we can. And it's going to be a hell of a view. Yes, look at this. Just look at that. Fantastic. Pause for a second to admire. I have no idea where this is. I'm thinking at the moment somewhere in Africa. Maybe in South Africa. But really, I wouldn't know. I certainly don't recognize it or anything like that. Hard to tell which hemisphere we're in because of the sun. The car's not going to give anything away. So I really don't know. I'm going to take a guess with South Africa and try and find some pretty terrific scenery in there. See if we can get a sense as to, an area with a lot of hills and so on. If we can, we should try and find that. Possibly we're up here, in this kind of national park area as well. I don't know. I don't think so. I know that there's a lot down here. I'm being drawn to these hills here and these mountains. We've got the Crotberg Nature Reserve. That looks pretty mountainous to me. I mean, why don't we just say we're there? Because look, there's a valley here, and in fact, there's even a road with. Oh no, it does keep going. With a bit of an endpoint. So, I'm going to maybe take a guess that we're in there. Not quite that far along. Let's go for somewhere like here, and see if we're right. There's some pretty major mountains there, but this is a huge guess. If we're even in the right country, I'll be amazed. And we're not. We're actually outside of Sydney in Australia in the Blue Mountains National Park. Well, would you look at that? Certainly worth going to see that, because we had the right latitude actually, which is maybe a small win for us. But 2 points, nearly 7,000 miles away. Couldn't have been more wrong really, could we? But nonetheless, good to see. So we were actually in Australia. All right. Next guess. Now, would you look at this? We're in an amphitheater. Seen an amphitheater once or twice on GeoGuessr, and tends to be in Greece, although there's the odd one in France as well, which is a bit confusing. Certainly the dress of these folks here looks sort of more akin to something like Turkey, to be honest. It could be in Turkey. In fact, I think that might be where I put our guess. The folks here could easily be Turkish. The name of the person who took this photo is A.G. Tamtam. So I don't think that really gives too much away. On the west side of Turkey here, by Izmir and so on, there's some pretty interesting spots. I can't quite remember, as always, where to look here, but I wonder if we could maybe just try and have a quick scan up and down the west coast of Turkey and see what there is. By Didim, is it? Or Bodrum? Can't quite remember. There's a pretty serious area of some fantastic sites. Just can't quite remember where it is, which has definitely happened to me before. But no, not sure on this one, I'm afraid. Taking a guess anyway with Turkey, to be honest. So, without further ado, I'll say that we're in Didim. Maybe there's a historic site in the middle of there, but I'm not able to move, by the way. That is a photosphere, so we couldn't have explored around either. And we weren't there. We weren't in Turkey at all. We were actually in completely the wrong continent. We were in Libya, to the east of Tripoli, in a place called Coms. So who would have known? I don't think I'd have found that even if I could have explored all day. So interesting there, in a fantastic amphitheater in Coms. All right, there we go. Next round. Now this is altogether more European looking, isn't it? We've got some fantastic square here now. Let's see, first of all, based on the number plate of this car, which isn't actually blurred out. Yes, we can see there the European sign, and is that possibly a B for Belgium? Maybe so. What do we have here? We've got Quedlinburg information. Officiële tourist information to UNESCO Welterbestad. Welterbestad. So is that... This doesn't sound German to me. Not quite. But also not Dutch. And we can't move again, so we're stuck in this location. Sparkaras. Look at this beautiful old building here. Absolutely crazy looking place. Some fantastic ones there. Not sure. Sort of mixture of Germanic writing. Restaurant Im. Hotel Theophano. Okay. Well, that sounds like it could be Greek almost, or something like that. And then we've got the Baumkuchen Cafe. So don't think that this is Belgium anymore, actually, just because it's... Well, I don't really know. Just because I'm not seeing the Dutch stroke French influence, of the... Which would, lead us to the Flemish and so on, that we do normally get in Belgium. Appreciate I'm zooming in and out a bit too much here. I don't want to make everyone a bit seasick. But yeah, just trying to explore down all of these alleys and don't really see much Belgian influence. There's no flags hanging there either, which is unfortunate. Let's just see if we're using, we're using the euro. Okay, we've got Wurst, so that's more Germanic. Perhaps here we're in like an Austria then. Welterbestad, I think, is probably the best thing we've got going for us. So let's try Austria. We could be in Czechia though as well. I'm thinking Salzburg, for example. What's the middle of Salzburg like? That feels right. Right to me. We're clearly, we're in the town centre. That's for sure. Marktplatz, that could be right. I think that's as good a guess as any. Although we don't see this building here, so that's probably not right, unfortunately. Got 30 seconds left, so might explore another town. Maybe we're in Munich. Maybe we're in Munich. So let's just try there. I'm going for the middle of the town, of course. We've got the Neitz Rathaus, Marienplatz, Central Square. It's as good a guess as any, and not that far from Austria. I think I'll leave it where we are. Don't see any clues that could indicate we're here either. We were actually in Germany there, not Austria, so all the German clues were correct. We were in Quedlinburg. Quedlinburg. Didn't recognize that at all, so there we go. Play the next round. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Look at this. This is the Circle in Bath, or the Circus, I think it's actually called. I recognize this place well. I've been here myself. Bath is a beautiful town, and it's one of my favorite towns in the UK, actually. So thrilled to have been landed here. Never seen it before on GeoGuessr, so that's absolutely fantastic. And here we go. This is Bath. So it's an old Roman city with Roman baths in it, hence the name. And yeah, just an absolutely beautiful place to visit. If you come to the UK, and obviously, you know, most likely most tourists would go to London, Bath is the next place to visit. Easily doable by train from London. Highly, highly recommend it. What we're looking at here is actually a circle, and these fantastic townhouses all around the edge. I think Georgian in style, with the 3-4 stories and a basement. And the sandstone here, this light sandstone look, is actually called Bath stone. So let's just figure out where we started. We started looking north, and the circle is to our west. This is the circus here. If you arrived to visit Bath, you'd arrive at Bath Spa train station and walk through the centre of town here. Another famous spot in Bath is actually the Royal Crescent, and I'll take you there now because we've got 2 minutes, and I think my guess is pretty right. So that would be up here. On the corner, let's just check we're on the right street. Gay Street, no, don't think so. It's the next one. Brock Street is the one we want. So we'll just go around the circus still to Brock Street. And we'll carry on down here just a sec, and pretty soon we'll get to the Crescent, which is an absolutely fantastic and iconic view in Bath. There we go. If I said the circus earlier, I meant Crescent, sorry. Correct me. We've just travelled down Brock Street here, and we're now standing at this corner looking at the Royal Crescent. And again, just a very iconic image. You know, you might recognise this before, but just an array of townhouses here, very, very regal looking, with this fantastic park in front of them. Just a real, you know, you can imagine living there in the 1800s. What a fantastic place. And today, you know, equally as grand and maintains its majesty, really. So a very, very popular spot. Well, I'll leave you with the view of the Royal Crescent before we hit guess and move on to the final round. Superb. Okay, and I think we've seen this one before, have we not? We can move around now, and this definitely feels recognizable from the Famous Places map set. Off the top of my head, I can't remember where it is. I think it's possibly in Denmark, isn't it? Where is this? We've definitely played this one before. That's right, it's the Cromberg Castle. Fantastic. Well, we do recognise that. Think might try and just see what's through this alleyway. Why not? See if we can see the outside of the building. When I've played this before on Famous Places, I haven't been able to get out here. So, no, and it seems a bit hard. Also, the place is going to be covered in scaffolding. I wonder if we can just go through here. Cromberg is in Denmark. It's outside of Copenhagen. Ah, yes, and look at this. We've made it out, and we can see there the coast and all the rest of it. And if we turn around, we should be able to see the castle. There you go, a good view of Cromberg Castle there, or maybe a slightly not superb view because of the wall in front of us. But keep going just a little. Come on. There we go. That's maybe the best view we can see there. Cromberg Castle, absolutely fantastic. And we started in the middle of it, so let's go and seek it out in Denmark. Copenhagen is here, and Cromberg Castle is just north of it. somewhere around here, if I'm not mistaken. By Helsingor. There we go, Cromberg and Cromberg Castle. And we started in the middle right there. So you can see the square shape of the castle here, and the fact that we've traveled out. Probably we're somewhere here at the moment, looking, where are we looking? Southwest at the building. So we've just traveled out to here and can see the water around us. So very good. Famous place that I recognize from the Famous Places map set on GeoGuessr as well. So view summary, well, a varied round there. Didn't start very well when we were in the Blue Mountains outside of Sydney, I guess South Africa, unfortunately. But I think we got better and better as the round went on, slowly getting closer and closer to the correct locations. So I do hope you've enjoyed this one. As always, I really enjoy the UNESCO Heritage Sites maps. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.